late, so we're going to start soon. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Education Committee. This Wednesday, March 24, 2021. We're going to start with the roll call. Clerk, can you please do roll call, please?
Chairperson Cano,
Here.
Senator Quesada,
Here.
Senator Gallo,
Senator Quesada here.
Senator Calkin,
Here.
Senator De Palma,
Here.
Senator Paulino,
Here.
Senator Seveny.
Here.
Madam Chair, we have 7 members. We have a quorum.
I'm present.
Thank you, Vice Chairwoman Gallo. So at this time, we're going to start our agenda with Senate Bill 34. Senator Golden will be in shortly, so we're going to start with the second item in the agenda, which is Senate Bill 34 by Senator Miller, which is an act related to education, health and safety of pupils, which allows the students in public school to possess and use sunscreen without a physician or note or prescription. Senator Miller, are you with us today?
Yes, I am.
Welcome to the Education Committee.
Nice to be back.
We're ready for your testimony.
Sure. I'll let you hear from those who are dialing in, and I'll quickly explain that this is a bill that's been around for a couple of years, but there is different language that has been agreed upon in the House that's not incorporated in our bill yet, that I'm sure those who are dialing in will explain. And we feel it resolves the issues that have prevented it from passing in the past, and I look forward to those being incorporated and moving forward with this legislation.
Thank you, Senator Miller. Does any member of the committee has any question or comment for Senator Miller at this time? That being known, thank you.
You're welcome.
For your testimony, and we do have some people that are calling in this bill, so we're going to start with testimony shortly. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
At this time, we do have 3 people that have signed up for to testify in this bill, and we're going to start with Rick McLife from the Rhode Island Dermatology Society in support of the bill. Rick, welcome to the Education Committee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. We are ready for your testimony.
Yes, thank you. This is Rick McAuliffe again. I'm the lobbyist that represents the Rhode Island Dermatology Society. We are in support of Senate 34, sponsored by, obviously, Senator Miller and co-sponsored by a number of people, including yourself. We have been working on this bill for a number of years. Our dermatologists, who will be speaking much more expertise than me, are in support of this because they know what a health issue this is without proper sunscreen. We have had this issue for a number of years. We've actually been fortunate to get it passed out of the House for the last 4 years. We have worked with a number of people, your colleagues, to, we think, put together a good amendment that would allow children in middle school and high school the ability to self-apply the sunscreen, and then obviously having a note for the younger kids. This is important. None of us go out to the beach or even go out to exercise or onto the parks without putting sunscreen on, because we know the dangers of the sun, and we want to see the same kids do it. We want to see the kids be able to do that in high school, not only to protect themselves now, but to form and develop good habits to protect their skin as they get older. So with all that, and with the other dermatologists speaking, we'd ask that you support this wholeheartedly, and hope that we can have this in effect once it passes. And if that's the case, that means that next school year, when everyone goes back to school, especially when it's hot in September and October and the sun is bright, that they'll be able to self-apply sunscreen. So we thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for your testimony, and I do agree. I think skin protection is always very important, and it is important that we allow our students to actually have it. And at this time, I would like to ask any member of the committee if you have any question or comment for Rick. That being known, Rick, thank you so much for your testimony today.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
You as well. At this time, the next person that has signed up to testify is Lenny Lopez from Personal Care Products Council in support of the legislation. And we are waiting to get in touch with Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez, welcome to the Education Committee.
Hey, Chairwoman, great to hear your voice. Hope you are well, and thank you for the time, and I appreciate the accommodation. Leonard Lopes, on behalf of Personal Care Products Council, we are made up of about 600 member companies that manufacture and distribute the vast majority of products marketed in the U.S. that folks rely on every day: shampoo, sunscreen, of course, toothpaste, so on and so forth. The reason why this bill is important because, as you know, most states and school districts have a zero-tolerance policy for drugs on their school grounds, and sunscreen contains an FDA-regulated drug. Therefore, we would love to have the Senate pass this legislation to allow students to possess sunscreen on school grounds without a note. For the last few years, we've been working with persons on the Senate and the House side, and I think this year we have a bill that's palatable to both chambers. There is an amendment to Senate Bill 34 that would require students from kindergarten through fifth grade, they would still require the note. I have approached and talked to the sponsor of this bill, and I want to, of course, thank Chairman Miller for his dogged support of this bill and his efforts toward passage of this bill. And with that, I just want to say I would love Rhode Island to join 26 other states that have adopted these types of statutes. So with that, I'll close my testimony. I have a letter from my client that should also be in the file, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lopes. Yes, we did receive written testimony as well, and Chairman Miller has explained to us that there is some amendments that are coming before us when it comes to this bill, so we really appreciate your testimony. At this time, I will ask for any members of the committee if you have any questions or concerns or comments for Mr. Lopes.
Madam Chair?
Senator DePalma.
Thank you, Madam Chair. No question, just a comment. First, I want to thank Rick McCall for I didn't get a chance to get in earlier for being here again to support the, I think, this much-needed legislation that we've been working on now. Senator Gallo, I don't know how many years, a bunch of years we've heard this. And then also thank Lenny for being here again with the pulling this legislation forward. So thank you.
Thank you, Senator DePalma. Senator Gallo.
Yes, Lenny, I wanted to welcome you back to the committee. It's been a pleasure. We missed seeing you, though. We'd like to see you in person. I haven't seen any of the amendments. Did you work out things with the school nurses?
Yes, and I've talked. I didn't talk directly with the school nurse person because they have not seemed to be involved in this issue the last couple of years, but I won't speak for them. But the amendment that we put forth, I would say, seemed to address the concerns, if I recall them from the first time, that they were concerned about very young people. So that's why when we had conversations with leadership, the K through 5 seemed to be the right sweet spot compromise.
Okay, thank you. I was just wondering.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Vice Chairwoman. And also, Lenny, thank you so much for your testimony, and we hope that we see you in person soon, as Senator Gallo just said.
Yes, same here. I miss you guys. Thanks very much for your time.
Have a great day. The next person that had signed up for testimony is Helena Kahn from the Brown Dermatology Rhode Island Dermatology Society. And we'll see if we get a hold of her. And thank you for everybody that is viewing us at home, for your patience as we work through these different times with technology. It seems that Ms. Helena Kahn from Brown Dermatology hasn't responded to our call, so we're gonna try her later. If not, she has signed up in opposition to this legislation, just so everybody knows. And that will conclude our testimony for Bill 34. As I mentioned before, we do also have written testimony in support of the legislation. At this time, I will entertain a motion to hold based on the information that the sponsor of the bill provided to us at the beginning of the hearing.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Motion to hold by Senator DePalma, seconded by Senator Paulino and Quesada. Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Chairperson Cano?
Yes.
Senator Gallo?
Yes.
Senator Quesada?
Yes.
Senator Culkin?
Yes.
Senator DePalma?
Yes.
Senator Paulino?
Yes.
Senator Pearson?
Yes.
Senator Seveny? Madam Chair, we have 8 in the affirmative.
Thank you. The Senate Bill 34 has been held for further study. At this time, I would like to be hearing Senate Bill 459, which is our bill. Actually, I'm sorry, excuse me, I just have Senator Lawson signing. So if she's ready to testify, that's the next item in the agenda, which is Senate Bill 86, which provides that feminine hygiene projects be provided in all public schools. And Senator Lawson, welcome to the Education Committee today. We can hear you. Senator Lawson, we cannot hear you at this time.
Thanks.
Now
I
we can.
appreciate you accommodating me and popping in this afternoon. Good afternoon, colleagues. So the bill we have before you is an act that would provide feminine hygiene products to be placed in all female and gender-neutral restrooms in public schools, grades 6 through 12, beginning school year of 22-23. So menstruation is a natural monthly occurrence, and we should provide feminine hygiene products, which would include sanitary napkins and tampons. So this is an equity issue in regards to providing these products. And at the same time, we would remove obstacles which exist in regards to there are times throughout the year when female students can't attend school because they don't have the ability to purchase feminine hygiene products. It also guarantees privacy for students. They don't have to reach out an adult to access any products, because right now in schools, they're readily available in the nurse's office, but that's an extra step. And lastly, in a situation where someone's caught off guard, it would prevent an embarrassing situation. So currently there are 5 states that have passed this legislation, most recently last April in Virginia. So this is part of our everyday life, and I think it's an opportunity for us to support our students, and wherever we can do that with a common sense solution, I think we should. So I encourage and ask respectfully for your support today. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Lawson. Really appreciate your testimony today, and I would like to entertain any questions for any committee members or any comments to Senator Lawson. Senator Cooking.
Madam Chair, I just wanted to thank Senator Lawson for putting in this bill. I think it's really important, especially for young people who may, like she said, have to miss school because they can't afford these type of products. And just because of everything else that you mentioned in terms of accessibility and to avoid, some very potentially traumatic situations for young people. So thank you for putting this in. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Senator Corkin.
Madam Chair,
Senator DePalma.
just a comment. So Senator Lawson, I wish you luck that yours goes quicker than mine did with taking the tax off, which took like 5 years. So,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Me too, Senator DePalma.
Thanks.
I actually would like to also comment. I think that, like just you say, Senator Lawson, this legislation is very important, especially for our low-income communities, and also just having the access and the privacy that you just stated before is really, really important for our students. So we really appreciate you putting this piece of legislation in front of us. Anybody else has any questions or comments for Senator Lawson? At this time, we do have a couple of people that have signed up for testimony. So we're going to start with Craig O'Connor from Planned Parenthood of Southern New England, who has signed up in support of this legislation. Craig, welcome to the Senate Education Committee.
Thank you, Chairwoman Cano, and thank you for the opportunity to highlight Planned Parenthood of Southern New England's support for Senate Bill 86, introduced by Senator Lawson. This bill would provide free access to menstrual products in public schools. We want to say thank you to you, Senator Chairwoman Cano, for being a co-sponsor. And we also would like to say thank you to the City of Providence. They have implemented a policy to provide access to period products in at least some of their high schools. And it's been a resounding success. I'm hopeful that someone from the city will be on to speak about that soon. Rhode Island should join our neighboring states like New Hampshire and New York by ensuring that all Rhode Island students have access to period products when they need them. Period poverty is real, and it's happening here in our state. Too many Rhode Islanders can't access necessary healthcare products, including menstrual products, because of the high cost and other systemic barriers. The challenge in particular to students is can't be overstated. Students who cannot afford menstrual products often face the challenge of missing school, being distracted or being less attentive in the classroom, and issues of social anxiety and even bullying. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, there are over 7.9 million girls in grades 8 through 12 in U.S. public schools, but only 4 states require free access to menstrual products. Rhode Island should join those 4 states and move forward with this legislation. In addition to Planned Parenthood of Southern New England supporting S86, or Senate Bill 86, I would also like to highlight support from the Rhode Island Coalition for Reproductive Freedom. That is a coalition, a partnership of nearly 18 Rhode Island organizations with the mission to protect and advance access to reproductive health care through advocacy and legislative action. So really appreciate the opportunity to speak today. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Thank you so much, Craig, for your testimony at this time. I'd like to welcome any comments or questions for any member of the committee. Senator Gallo.
Thank you. So my question is, has anybody looked into menstrual cups? It's my understanding, besides them being creating less of a waste, they're basically 7 cents to 40. Let me just say, I just looked it up. How much? It doesn't say how much, but so they vary in price. But I mean, overall, has anybody looked into perhaps supplying women or girls with cups?
Senator Gallo, thank you for that question. Under this legislation, it's defined as providing free access to feminine hygiene products. The definition includes tampons and sanitary napkins, but it does not exclude anything. So menstrual cups could be included in that. A lot of people believe it is both economically better as well as environmentally better for folks to use menstrual cups. I think that's a decision for each individual to make, but I would fully support schools making those available as well.
Okay, I was just wondering, and so does Planned Parenthood provide any of something like that? A product like that?
We have menstrual products for our patients on site, yes.
Cups?
Honestly, I don't know. I will find out and follow up with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chairwoman Gallo. Does anybody else have any questions or comment for Craig at this moment? That being known, Craig, thank you so much for your testimony today. And as you mentioned, the City of Providence haven't signed up for a testimony on the fund, but they did submitted a letter of support of this legislation. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have somebody else that have signed up for testifying today in this legislation, and that is Miguel Sanchez. And we're trying to get a hold of him at this time. So while we wait, I'd like to also mention that we do have a lot of different written testimony in support of the legislation from different organizations. We have ACLU Rhode Island, Planned Parenthood, Treasurers Magazines, the City of Providence, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, the Rhode Island for Reproductive Freedom. While we wait, I'm just going to continue mentioning the letters of support. So that's the Women's Fund of Rhode Island Now. We have the College Democrats of Rhode Island. And we have Jennifer Lima in support of the legislation. At this time, we weren't able to get a hold of Miguel Sanchez, which has signed up in opposition of this legislation, but we tried to call him 3 times. So at this time, that will conclude the people that have signed up and testimony this time. So if you don't have any other questions or comments for Senator Lawson, I will entertain a motion to hold.
So moved.
Motion to hold made by Chairwoman Gallo, seconded by Senator DePalma. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Chairperson Cano,
Yes.
Senator Gallo,
Yes.
Senator Quesada, Senator Kalkin,
Only because it seems like this bill is ready to go. I'm going to vote no.
Senator DePalma,
Yes.
Senator Paulino,
Yes.
Senator Pearson,
Yes.
Senator Seveny, Senator Seveny,
Yes.
And then Senator Quesada. Madam Chair, we have 7 in the affirmative and 1 in the negative.
Thank you so much, Clerk. We have hold this bill for further study, and we're just waiting on some information. That's the reason why we're holding this bill for further study today. So thank you, Senator Lawson, for joining us today.
Chairperson Kano,
Yes, Vice
do
Chair
we
Williams?
have a fiscal note on this?
That is what we're waiting for.
Okay, I didn't know what the fiscal cost would be as we're saying everything's ready. It probably isn't totally ready until we have a fiscal note on it. Thank you.
Correct. That is not ready. We are waiting for some information on the fiscal note, and but we have gotten great support for the bill, and so I really appreciate you raising the question. But thank you so much, Senator Lawson, and now we are ready to move
Madam
to.
Chair?
Oh, Senator Calkin, yes.
Sorry, I was not aware of the fiscal note need, so I would like to change my vote to the affirmative on holding for further study.
Sure, that's being noted, and it doesn't change the outcome of the vote, so it's noted. Thank you, Senator Calkin. Well, now we have our next item in the agenda. We're going to go to Senate Bill 459. That is my bill. As we go to the next agenda, I would explain what the bill does. Is an act related to education, health and safety of pupils, which requires all new school buildings and those undergoing major renovation or substantial repair or replacement to plumbing systems to install water bottle filling stations. So this bill will require that these water bottle filling stations will be installed in all public school buildings that are newly constructed or undergoing a renovation of at least $500,000. Students and school personnel shouldn't have to think about access to free, clean water while they are in a school. During the Fix Our School campaigns to approve the $250 million school construction bond, we saw several photos from schools around the state showing brown and yellow water. That is unacceptable. So staying hydrated can improve attention span, cognitive performance, and is necessary for our overall health. I just want to also mention that I'm very proud that the city of Pawtucket has been leading the way on these efforts. I received a correspondence from our vice chairwoman of the school committee just yesterday to say that she wouldn't be able to testify today, but I want to make sure that I have on record what she has sent to me in regards to this legislation. She said that she really believed that is an excellent path forward for the state. And as she is the chair of wellness, she proposed that they move to bottle-filled water coolers in all of our schools in Pawtucket 3 years ago. They were able to allocate budget funds to these in the spring of 2018, and they replaced our outdated drinking fountains, and now every school, including all of the new construction, has bottle-filled water coolers. This put Pawtucket at the front of this push in the state. She mentioned that Turn to 10 did a story on this effort back in the fall, where the Rhode Island Healthy School Coalition highlighted their forward thinking. The next year, when they started this process in the fall of 2018, we had an extremely hot few days, and several schools canceled. And the district in Pawtucket actually really highlighted how they were able to keep the schools open because they had cold filtered water in all of the schools, easily accessible. They stressed that at the beginning of the year, they encourage all parents to send reusable water bottles, and PTOs even did purchase for the whole school. They also had teachers really stress how healthy it is to drink water instead of sugar drinks. And in summary, she just wanted to make sure that you were all aware that Pawtucket is leading the way and complying with all of their new buildings already. And for the new construction and renovation, it is also a great idea that he has shown how Pawtucket has done it well, and how can even be implemented district-wide in all schools. And it is healthy and good for the environment. So I just want to make sure that I say thank you to our Vice Chairwoman Erin Dubie for sending that note. And with that, I would ask for any member of the committees to ask any questions or comments at this time. That being known, we do have somebody that have signed up for testimony for this bill, and just bear with me 1 second. And that is Megan from the Rhode Island American Heart Association in support of the legislation. Megan, how are you today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Welcome to the Education Committee, and thank you for calling.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the committee. My name is Megan Tucker, and I'm with the American Heart Association. And we would like to voice strong support for Senate Bill 459. And we thank you, Madam Chair, for your leadership on this issue. It's important to note that this bill has no immediate cost. The requirement would only kick in when districts are investing in new school buildings or doing major upgrades to existing facilities through school construction bonds or other means. More than half of school-age children are inadequately hydrated. Water plays an important role in maintaining a child's overall health. Drinking water supports children's muscles, joints, and tissues, improves their digestive system, and keeps their growing bodies hydrated. Adequate water intake can positively impact children's cognitive performance, particularly short-term memory. Drinking water can also improve children's visual attention and fine motor skills, which helps with learning activities such as reading. During these unprecedented times, water bottle filling stations and personal water bottles may help reduce the spread of germs and disease. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, the CDC now encourages staff and students to bring their own water to minimize use and touching of water fountains, or bubblers as we like to call them. It's probably no surprise to the committee that water fountains have been found to be one of the germiest surfaces in schools. So we urge the committee to recommend passage of Senate Bill 459 to support healthy living and reduced exposure to germs. And we did submit written testimony along with the Rhode Island Medical Society and the Rhode Island chapter of the Academy of Pediatrics. So thank you so much for your consideration, and thank you for the opportunity to testify.
Thank you so much, Megan, for the support. And at this time, I would like to welcome any comments or questions for Megan from any member of the committee. That being known, I just want to say thank you so much for your support and your testimony today, and we really appreciate you calling the Education Committee. Have a great day.
Of course. Thank you again, Madam Chair. Bye-bye.
And that's the only person that we have signed up for this piece of legislation today. As this is the first time that we hear this legislation, this is a new bill, we would welcome anybody that have any opposition or support of the legislation to submit written legislation, and I will entertain a motion to hold the bill at this time.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to hold by Senator DePalma, seconded by Chairwoman Gallo. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Chairperson Cano,
Yes.
Senator Gallo,
Yes.
Senator Quesada,
Yes.
Senator Calkin,
Yes.
Senator DePalma,
Yes.
Senator Paulino,
Yes.
Senator Pearson, Senator 70.
Yes.
Madam Chair, we have 8 in the affirmative.
Thank you so much. At this time, we're going to the first item in our agenda, which is Senate Bill 30 by Senator Golden. We were trying to hold the time for her, but she's not able to come in and testify this time, so I will give a brief explanation of her bill. This is an act related to health and safety, air quality in the schools, which requires the Department of Health, in conjunction with the Department of Environmental Management, to conduct indoor and outdoor air quality tests in all public and private schools throughout the state on an annual basis. And we haven't had anybody sign up for a testimony today, but we have received letters on support of this legislation from the Rhode Island Federation of Teachers and Health Professionals. We also received letters of support from Elizabeth Goldberg and from the Rhode Island Department of Health, Personal Care, and that's it. I'm sorry. That was the other one. And we would like to, since we don't have any mentions, I'd like to see if any members of the committee have a question, concern about this bill at this time. Senator Calkin?
Thank you, Madam Chair. My only question was going to be in regards to the indoor air quality tests, because I know at least one school in my district that has one area of the school that has better air quality than, say, another area. So I was going to I was curious to see how they were going to determine where to do the testing. That's all.
So what we can do is we can make sure that we will send that question to the sponsor of the bill, and then we'll get back to the committee with the answer.
Thank you very much.
Any other person of the committee have a question or a comment in regards to this legislation? That being known, I will entertain a motion to hold.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to hold made by Senator DePalma, seconded by Vice Chairwoman Gallo. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Chairperson Cano,
Yes.
Senator Gallo,
Yes.
Senator Quesada,
Yes.
Senator Calkin,
Yes.
Senator DePalma,
Yes?
Senator Paulino,
Yes.
Senator Pearson, Senator Seveny,
Yes.
Senator Pearson, Madam Chair, we have 7 in the affirmative.
Thank you so much. That bill has been held for further study. And that would conclude our agenda for today. Again, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that we have a couple of people that we tried to contact for testimonies today that we couldn't get a hold with, and that was Elena Kahn from the Brown Dermatology, Rhode Island Dermatology Society. And also we tried to contact Miguel Sanchez, which we couldn't get a hold of. So at this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion to adjourn made by Senator Seveny, seconded by Senator Gallo. All in favor? Aye. Thank you so much for your time today.
Aye.